MandylightsU is about, bringing all of those key pieces of information under one umbrella. Hey guys, Steve Beauty once again. We have another vlog for you here on this beautiful day. Even though it's misty as hell and it's pissing down, but we love it. Everything looks beautiful. Just how is everybody today? Now we're getting on with COVID, and we're a few months in now, and I think things are starting to move in the world, and we're starting to see some good things happening around the place now, and various different countries have relaxed different laws and whatnot. So it's a bit of a relief to see things are starting to move for everyone, I'm sure. Slowly but surely, baby steps first and all that. So today I wanted to just chat about what MandylightsU is, and how the idea was born, and we want to bring you what we want to bring you, and how this was kind of the perfect time to really get this out there and start this up. And it's been a long sort of pipe dream of mine that I started putting down around like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's kind of been sitting in the background, bubbling away, but never really came to fruition, just through being just mega busy with lots of different projects and things like that. And but it's been there, and it's been ready, it was like a burning desire to get this going at some point. And as one thing, i.e. our normal line of business, the concert and the events industries and things like that kind of slowed down, and this gave us the chance to ramp MandylightsU right up, and so here we are, and now it's kind of out there, and we're adding more content daily. We're recording stuff frantically to get it out to you, so you can, in this time especially when everyone's got more time on their hands, like skill up and get to know more software, and we're going to bring you hardware demonstrations and things like that. There's a lot to do, so we're really excited to get this out there and get you all to have access to it. So it kind of was born. I just thought there was it was an idea I had, that there was this massive divide in the kind of knowledge gaps between everybody, and the fact that everyone was having the same problems constantly, whether out on a job, trying to start a project, draw a project. There's always these problems, the same problems that keep cropping up, but nobody shares this information online to help, and to help people overcome these issues and problems and things like that. So that's where it kind of started out, was to bring answers to those questions online, but then it's kind of formulated into the overall question of how do I be a lighting designer, and that is, it gets asked so many times, especially to myself. I don't know about other LDs, but I get emailed quite a lot and asked this question, where do I start, how do I become an LD? And even like people who are actively working in the industry at various different levels and positions, and they want to progress into being an LD and things like that, but they don't know how to do it. There's no mapped out roadmap, and essentially it's not rocket science, but there's essentially nowhere, there's obviously university courses and things like that, but they dip the toe in, and they don't really go into things in massive detail, because this can only be told from people who are actively doing it. And I wanted to address this because it is it's a hard question to answer, and it can't be answered by just one simple thing. Like, you hear all the time, oh, I want to be a lighting designer, oh well, go and work at a rental company, they'll teach you everything. Well, I personally don't think that is the answer to this question. That is only one facet. That is one tiny part of the answer to this question. And by all means, going to work at a rental company can teach you a hell of a lot. But the thing is, rental companies are businesses, and they're going to teach you things in a certain way. So then, if it was my business, I would want to retain my employees that I want to train up and things like that. So you're going to learn things from that rental company's perspective, and not necessarily the broader perspective what everyone else is kind of working to. So by all means, work with rental companies and other companies who are in the industry, because you're going to gain a hell of a lot of knowledge by all means. But don't think that is the get my words out this morning, be all and end all, because it's not, believe you me. And I never did that, and there's a bunch of other LDs who never did that. They've found their own path, and there's a few fundamental sort of things that you need to know about being a lighting designer. Not just an operator, not just someone who presses buttons for other designers and things like that, because that's a slightly different kettle of fish. But as I'll explain in other videos within the website and things like that, but a lighting designer has so many faces that they in so many hats that they have to wear. It's not just about designing a show, it's about running a business, it's about knowing your accounts, it's about knowing how to look after employees, and build a business around yourself and around your reputation, and build a design practice, and that is why there's such a huge divide between many people in the industry who are essentially one-man bands who go around operating shows and things like that, and the people who are actually commanding huge design fees and making a ton of money in designing these huge things time and time again. It's because they're the people who figured out this is a business, and we have to treat this like a business. You have to become a business owner and wear the business hat, as well as being a designer, as well as being all of the things I just mentioned, and many more. So, and then just look at the other businesses around, and look at the top people in the industry, and who are so-called classed as the top of the industry, like the companies who you see doing the same things time and time again, the same jobs time and time again. And not everybody's the same either, so each kind of one of those is different. Some people have businesses where they've got multiple employees. Some people don't, they just utilize freelance people, but equally they've realized that it is still a business, and they know self-promotion is the absolute number one thing you have to do, no matter what. And all of those lovely business tasks which we'll get into inside the website. So Mandylights U is about bringing all of those key pieces of information under one umbrella, and trying to help out the industry and level everybody up, and ultimately make people better, and bring a solid set of skills to everybody, because ultimately it will help us out as a business. If we have a bigger pool of operators and even designers, so to speak, to call on if we need them, that we know we can skill them up very quickly, or if they have a resource that they can jump on and skill up before a job or a project, it's ultimately going to help everybody. Where now it's there's as I've said before, the manufacturers, they do a great job at putting their training out there, but it's not from a user perspective, and it's not from our perspective. So they'll do this fully comprehensive training with all these lovely long-winded videos. Our aim is to bring you tutorials which are straight to the point. Within a couple of minutes you have in your head what you need to learn, and anyone who's in this industry knows we're always short of time. So if you can find out what you need to know within a couple of minutes, or even under a minute. So in some cases, you know, it's absolutely vital. And you could just go, right, quickly watch this video, right, oh cool, that's how you do it. Boom, you're doing your job and you're carrying on. You're not having to sit down. You can watch it on your phone. You're not having to sit down and, you know, watch these long-winded tutorials to find out the one thing that you want to learn. And that is the fundamental core of our platform. Is it's going to be quick-fire learning, and we want to everyone to kind of take on this mantra of learning, of getting, you know, really jumping in there, getting to know things quickly, and yeah, so that's what we're about. And we just want to, I mean, we've had to start out somewhere, so we've brought out a comprehensive course on a software called Depends, which is a new previous software, which is absolutely fantastic, and it's, you know, I'm sure it's going to be industry standard soon. So we have over 60 something videos in there currently, and we're adding to those constantly. And we've also got a bunch of things like Green Hippo and some of the lighting softwares and things like that on there. We're going to bring you a lot more, such as Vectorworks courses, L8 courses, anything software based is going to be the focus initially, so we can get those courses out to you. But there is going to be a category called the Art of Lighting Design. So the Art of Lighting Design is the fundamental core of Mandylights U. So this is going to be the answers to that question: how do I be a lighting designer? So we're going to bring you answers to everything to do with the business side of the becoming an LD, everything to do with the practical side, everything you need before you start out in this journey. Templates and, you know, things on templates of how, on email templates on how to speak to people, courses on how to actually deal with clients. You know, we're going to break down the design fees, what you should be charging, insurances that you should have. You know, the sky's the limit with this category, and it's constantly going to be added to, because it's such a broad category. You know, we're forever going to be adding to this, and, you know, this is going to be huge, and it's going to bridge those gaps between so many people in this industry. And, you know, it's really also we wanted to kind of bring this to people to help, you know, and that's the first and foremost thing, is to help people. And as I say, like, especially now after COVID, equip people better to look after themselves and protect themselves. And, you know, we're an industry, we're all in competition, but we're a very close-knit industry. And, you know, it's really is kind of unique, because essentially we are all in competition with each other, but we're very close. And, you know, a lot of the guys in the companies who we're in competition with direct, I can pick the phone up and go for a beer with them. And, you know, there's many conversations that come out of those things in those relationships, even though we are in competition, you know. So we want everyone to level up and, you know, get together on a kind of level playing field, and then you kind of, it relieves you to fulfill your creative potential. If you have knowledge in all of the other stuff, you can start to outsource and things like that. If you know what you need to do, there's going to be some videos on how to outsource and scale your business and things like that. Outsourcing these days is you know, fantastic. You can do that very easily, especially with a lot of tasks that we do, digital tasks and things like that. There's a lot of websites out there that you can hire people per hour, for example, and things. So we're going to show you all of that, and yeah, just help people on their journey. And we're quite advanced in the technology side of this industry, but I think that on the business side, we really lack in a lot of acumen in the business side. So we want to touch on that. And I mean, there's stuff that we need to learn and we want to learn, and we're forever learning. And, you know, it's one thing I will say is that, you know, I love to learn more and, you know, get new skills. And so this is what we're going to bring to Mandylights U. We're also going to eventually bring in other people in the industry, so it's not just us telling you how it is. It's going to be, we're bringing other experiences from other LDs and eventually other people working in other areas of the industry. So we want to bring those experiences, because this is an experience-based business. We want to bring that experience to the platform and actually share people's experiences, so you can learn from other people, and people have different takes on how they would deal with certain scenarios and things like that. So we want to bring all of that, which I think is going to be so vital and so valuable. However, right now it's such a massive task, so you know, we are getting through videos daily, but you know, we're actively doing things daily, and so we'll be updating daily as well, and weekly, and then there'll be exclusive videos coming out for our members and things like that. So yeah, so stand by. There's more coming all the time, and I hope this time in 12 months we'll have so much content on there that it's going to be in abundance and more than anyone can actually consume. So, and that's what we want, is to just give everyone an amazing resource, and have a pretty unique thing. So yeah, that was just my morning thought this morning, so I just wanted to share that. And so guys, I'll see you on the next vlog, and take care.